And now, forecast first from Ozarks Fox News, certified by Weather Rates for the most accurate forecast in the Ozarks.
All right, we've made it through Election Day. We just have to get through Election Night to what will be a beautiful Wednesday across the area. Yes, there'll be more high cloudiness than what we saw today. Today was bright, but we will find the mild temperatures that we had today. Temperatures tomorrow morning in the upper 40s, but warming quickly. Looks like we'll be closing in on 70 by noon, with afternoon highs tomorrow again close to the middle 70s. Here in Springfield, it'll come with breezier southwest winds. Warm pattern continues into the weekend. More on that and when it will end in your forecast coming up.
Campaigns have come to a close. It's Election Day, and voters showed up in record numbers to decide who will lead America and Missouri.
Ozarks Fox has team coverage as ballots are counted and futures decided. This night will be long, and we hope you'll watch it all from your local election headquarters, KRBK.
Well, if you voted today, there's a good chance you might have waited quite a long time in line. Good evening. Thanks for being here tonight on this election night. I'm John Adams.
And I'm Sarah Scarlett. Thanks for joining us for election coverage tonight at 6:30. Our Missouri Chief Capitol Bureau reporter Emily Manley is talking with the Secretary of State on how voting is going across the state.
And Emily's going to join us live now from Jefferson City with the latest. Emily.
Well, let me tell you, if you've been around and you've seen some of the polling places today, there's a good chance that you've seen voters in line, whether they be short lines or even very long lines. Some voters, even in the St. Louis area, waited almost 2 hours. Secretary of State Jay Ashcroft tells me that there has been very high voter turnout today, which he's very happy about. And there's been very few problems, and I'm going to get to those here in just a second. I just got off a media briefing with the election protection here in Missouri, and they were telling me about some of the issues that voters are seeing across the state. Take a listen to what they had to say.
We've received 1,068 reports from Missouri over the course of today, Election Day. And those reports have been coming from all corners of the state. Unsurprisingly, the largest number have been from Kansas City and Jackson County, as well as the city of St. Louis County, and St. Charles County.
The most sort of significant issue, I would say, that we have covered here today has been access to voting by people who have tested positive for COVID-19 or are in forced quarantine after being exposed to COVID-19.
Now, of course, COVID-19 makes this election very interesting. Here in the state of Missouri, there have been at least 20% of voters that voted early in this race. Now, Ashcroft says that the biggest issue today has come from Christian County, which is down by Springfield. He tells me that this morning they had issues with the polling pads. That is what checks voters in when they come in the door. It's not any of the machines that you actually use to vote. They said that they had to reboot all those in Christian County this morning. Some of them took a little bit longer than others, but they were all up and running by 7:30, but there could have been some delay for some voters. But as of all throughout the state, that's what Ashcroft said was the biggest problem so far today. We're going to continue to monitor issues across the state and continue talking with the Secretary of State and bring you the latest right here on Ozarks Fox. Reporting live tonight from Missouri State Capitol Bureau in Jefferson City, I'm Emily Manley. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Emily. We're bringing you team coverage tonight on Ozarks Fox. Our reporters are live in Springfield, keeping you up to date on this election night.
We'll check in with our David Chazanoff at Bass Pro, where Governor Mike Parson is awaiting results. Then we'll go over to our Francis Lynn, who's at a Democratic watch party at Mother's Brewery in Springfield.
But first, we go to Bailey Stroll at JQH Arena, where people are still lining up to vote.
John and Sarah, it's actually dwindled a little bit here at the central polling location at JQH Arena. There's less than a dozen people showing up right now. And if you looked at the lines earlier, they were all the way lined up, double lined up and out the door around the corner of JQH Arena. But as you can see, that's obviously died down now. We just spoke with a couple of Willard residents who drove in here to vote at this central polling location because up in Willard at the Willard Recreation Center, they said around 4:15 this afternoon, the line was 5 hours long. But here you can see you can get in right away. If you are in line at 7 o'clock, you are still able to vote. Now, I just spoke with Shane Scholler not too long ago, the Greene County clerk. He said voter turnout around just before 6 o'clock was about 68%. He says he expects the first results to be released around 7:15 or 7:30 tonight, although those results will only be from absentee and mail-in ballots. Scholler says election workers began tallying Greene County's mail-in and absentee ballots around 9:30 this morning. The first to be tallied were 18,000 absentee ballots that were cast in person at the election center before Election Day. Now, as the polls begin to close tonight, the rest of the work will be done at that election center on Boonville. Greene County Clerk Shane Scholler explains that process.
The election center is where as the evening ends, as the polling locations, after the last voter is voted, they're going to go through, they're going to tally the write-ins, the official write-ins that have been cast today, and then they're going to shut down the tabulation equipment. They're going to bring back that memory stick from the tabulation equipment. We will take in those voted ballots, we'll take in that memory stick, and we'll be uploading those results at the election center tonight so voters will know what the uncertified results are.
Now, just some last-minute numbers from this polling location at JQH Arena. Just these two scanners behind me took in over 1,500 ballots today that were tallied here at JQH Arena. Now, I also spoke with Shane Scholler about when we can expect some results. I said that some will be coming in 7:15, 7:30 tonight. Those are the first one, but we could get some unofficial results here in Greene County by 10:30, he says. Reporting at JQH Arena, Bailey Stroll, Ozarks First.
All right, Bailey, thank you. Well, Democrats on the ticket in Southwest Missouri will be gathering at Mother's Brewing in Springfield tonight to watch the results roll in. Our Francis Lynn is live there tonight. Now, Francis, how are the Democrats feeling about their chances this evening?
Good evening, John. So this is where the local Democratic Party campaign will be hosting their watch parties together. I'm here at Mother's Brewing, and a few local candidates are expected to show up here. For example, Missouri House of Representatives candidate Crystal Quaid will be running against her Republican opponent Sarah Semple for District 132, and candidate Betsy Fogel is running against Republican candidate Steve Helms for District 135. Both Quaid and Fogel are expected to be here around 7 or 8 p.m. And of course, I'll be here throughout the night, so I'll be checking back in with you guys, John and Sarah, throughout the night. Francis Lynn, Ozarks First.
Thanks, Francis. Governor Mike Parson is hosting an election night watch party here in Springfield tonight. Our David Chasanoff joins us live from the Bass Pro White River Conference Center. David, what's the atmosphere like there?
Well, guys, things have yet to get started here, but people are slowly, and I mean slowly, starting to walk in. They just brought out appetizers, making me pretty hungry, if I'm being honest. And they have ramped up music here. People are ready to go and cheer on Mike Parson as results file in. Now, I did get a preview from Mike Parson's communications director about what's going to happen tonight, and he tells me that Congressman Jason Smith will be emceeing tonight's event, and as well as a couple of Parson's campaign team will also speak. Now, State Treasurer Scott Fitzpatrick is also expected to speak, and Governor Parson will not address the crowd until 100% of those results are in. Now, over the weekend, speaking of those results, Governor Parson fully expects a red sweep here in Missouri and across the country, so you can tell he's definitely feeling optimistic. Now, in a normal year, this room would be full of 500 people, but since we're living in a pandemic, the capacity has been capped to 250 people, and everyone inside here is wearing a mask for the most part. Reporting here in Springfield, David Chasanoff, Ozarks First.
Thanks, David.
Our election coverage continues online tonight. That's starting in just about 20 minutes on our website, OZARKsFirst.com. Our digital news anchor, Colin Lingo, is gearing up for all night long coverage. He'll be talking with our reporters and anchors, tracking tonight's top races and the local issues that were on the ballot today. Again, that's streaming on our Facebook page and our website, OZARKsFirst.com. Also on our website, you can find an interactive voter map for the races happening nationwide.
Making local news tonight, the Springfield Greene County Health Department reported 5 new COVID-19 deaths today. The youngest was a man in his 40s and the oldest was a man in his 80s. All 5 were associated with long-term care and had underlying health conditions, which can mean anything from obesity to asthma. These new deaths bring the Greene County COVID-19 death toll to 161.
A follow-up story for you now. We now know more about the Drug Enforcement Agency that was involved in a deadly shooting in Springfield yesterday afternoon. Caleb Slay was shot and killed. This happened yesterday afternoon just before 3:30 on Maryland Avenue near Sunshine Street. In a statement from the St. Louis division of the DEA, officials say just before the shooting, agents approached a person they thought was involved in a violation of federal law. The statement goes on to say, during the conversation between the agents and that individual, a second individual, later identified as Caleb Slay, approached the agents. Soon thereafter, a physical altercation between the agents and Slay took place, which resulted in Slay being shot. He was pronounced dead at the scene. A firearm was recovered at the scene as well. Both DEA agents were sent to the hospital as a precaution, but they have been released.
Well, after a soft launch for VIP members yesterday, Old Route 66 Wellness opened its doors to the general public today. Medical marijuana passed on election night in 2018, and Springfield's first dispensary is officially up and running. Things were running smoothly today as the drive-through and walk-ins were averaging a wait time of just a few minutes, according to owner John Lopez. He says the last 2 days have been a rewarding experience for the dispensary and its patients.
You know, this is decades in the making. It's obviously the beginning. Prices are higher than what people want. It's higher than what we want as well, but with only a couple cultivators and no competition, it's going to take several months to get that lower.
I thought it was awesome, and I think that it's going to help this economy, and a lot of trouble that we see on a daily basis is going to go away, because, you know, people rather smoke on the couch than drink and drive, you know what I mean?
Lopez anticipates that the dispensary will open its Ozark location by the end of the year. Well, many polling places have had long lines all day.
Came here at 8 o'clock and the line was all the way to the stadium there, and I said, I can't do that.
Up next, we'll introduce you to one woman who found a solution to all that time on her feet.
Well, first, the lines may have been long, but you couldn't have asked for better weather to wait in. Check out these lines at Second Baptist and James River churches here in Springfield. Chief Meteorologist Jamie Warner says the warm weather is sticking around. He'll tell us just how high those temperatures will get coming up next.
You're watching Ozarks Fox News. Real, new, now. And now weather with Chief Meteorologist Jamie Warner, certified by Weather Rates for the most accurate forecast in the Ozarks.
Starry skies and warm temperatures outside, at least for this early in the evening. Low 60s right now, winds out of the south at 10 miles per hour. It's not going to get terribly cold overnight tonight, dropping into the 40s for lows. Here's a look at the numbers. Again, we're post-sunset. And in some places, it's still in the upper 60s. This after highs today in the mid to upper 70s. Check it out. 77 in Lake Ozark, Clinton, Camdenton. 77 in Fort Leonard Wood. 77 in Harrison and Mountain Home. Here in Springfield, a little bit cooler, topping out of the mid 70s, still well above the average high, which currently is in the low 60s this time of the year at 63 degrees. Here's a look at the last 10 days. And boy, have we climbed the mountain after being down in the valley last week with temperatures only in the upper 30s for highs. A week ago today, 75 today. We're going to find much more of that in the forecast ahead through the remainder of this week and into this upcoming weekend. It is very quiet across the United States. It's very quiet locally. That will not change. What will change is we will see an increase in high cloudiness by sunrise, and it looks like we're going to find waves of that throughout the day on Wednesday. I think the high cloudiness will be especially thick during the afternoon. That's when I think we'll see filtered sunshine. Temperatures, though, still look mild, and we'll have a breezy southwest wind to go with it. The high cloudiness should be on the way out by Thursday morning, and Thursday looks generally sunny across the area and warm once again. So let's go over those numbers. Overnight tonight, lows generally in the 40s. The coldest readings are going to be across south central Missouri and north central Arkansas. This is where we could even find some pockets in there where temperatures dip into the upper 30s. Looking ahead to tomorrow, back in the 70s. I think we'll probably be able to trim a few degrees off what we saw today because of that high cloudiness. Still, though, should manage to make it into the mid-70s in most places. Winds out of the southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. And then for tomorrow night, back in the 40s for lows. And then back in the mid-70s for highs again on Thursday. And the pattern looking good, looking very quiet through the remainder of the week and through this upcoming weekend. There will be some changes in the western U.S., so as we find a deep trough develop here across the west, eventually that begins to move out early next week, and it looks like it will push a front across the area sometime Monday night through Tuesday. The timing of that's still questionable. Also, the amount of instability that front will have to work with, a little questionable at this time. So at the very least, what we will see is our next chance for rain coming with this front, and we will find colder weather following that front. Here's your 7-day forecast. Again, it looks like mid-70s Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I think Sunday, even though we'll probably have an increase in cloud cover, there's going to be a chance that we could see highs in the mid to upper 70s Sunday afternoon, and then upper 70s to possibly near 80 on Monday. And there are going to be a few spots if we see temperatures that warm, which could challenge record highs on Monday before the cold front arrives on Tuesday with showers and colder weather.
If you had told us this last week, we'd say, no way, there's no way we're going to be near the 80s, and here we are.
Yeah, well, I mean, it looked like we were going to get into the 70s for highs, but yeah, I mean, as a case in point today, I mean, it looked like 73, 74 maybe for the high today, but temperatures soared into the upper 70s in some cases.
And no real drop off overnight either. It's not going to get too cold.
It's getting warmer for the next few days at least, getting warmer at night too.
Just a beautiful election day all around. All right, thanks, Jamie.
All right, Jamie, thank you. Well, up next, the lines may have been long, but that didn't put a damper on anyone's spirits.
They've been nice and friendly and calm and just standing on line waiting.
Up next, hear from more local voters, and we'll tell you about our online poll. Stay with us.
Ozarks Fox is your local election headquarters. Voters stood in long lines today across the Ozarks.
That's right. Take a look at this long line at Ozark Elementary South School. In Christian County, some people said they had been standing in line for at least 3 hours before they even got inside the building.
Christian County Clerk Kay Brown says a glitch in the electronic poll pads caused this delay. She said while they were trying to get the pads up and running, voters signed their names on a notebook instead of the iPads.
The computers were down for a little bit, but they got them back up and working. But it's kind of been moving a little slow for a while.
Brown says the computer problems were fixed within an hour. And we're going to take a look at the James River Church in Ozark here, where lines went around the building and the parking lot. Police say they were called to the polling place where a man was using a megaphone and urging people to vote for a certain candidate. By the time police got there, the man was gone. The church asked him to leave that property, and the man did.
And as some voters stood in the long lines today throughout the Ozarks, take a look at this family in Stone County. They brought their own chairs to sit through the line to cast their votes. They got the idea after driving by their polling location at Reed Spring High School. 2 times earlier, the lines were so long, people were backed up to the football stadium. Even though the lines were long today, voters say it took less than an hour to vote. The lines were also outside the door in Taney County. Nicole Flannery and Gloria Zawicki say this is the most important election either has been a part of.
Our country's very torn right now, and it's very upsetting. And hopefully after this we can figure things out and come back together and not be so apart on everything.
Important to vote today. Probably one of the biggest voting things in history. And I'm here. We're here. Everybody's here.
Taney County voters also expressed how safe they felt with plenty of social distancing and people wearing masks as they came to the polls today.
Well, not only did a lot of people come out and vote today, there were also a lot of first-time voters out there as well. Now, we asked viewers how they felt the first time you voted, and here's what they had to say on Facebook. Shelley Piper Graves said she doesn't remember how it felt the first time voting, but she feels much more urgent to cast her ballot now that she's in her 50s for the future of her children. Matt Combs says he was interested in politics from an early age and couldn't wait to cast his vote when he turned 18. He says his first general election was the notorious election of 2000 with the Hanging Chad debacle. You can still go to our Color 10 Ozarks Fox Facebook page to weigh in. We'll be back with more news right after this.
real, new. Now, you're watching Ozarks Fox News.
Well, that's all the time we have tonight for Ozarks Fox News at 6:30.
Our election coverage will continue tonight on Ozarks Fox News at 9 p.m. and then on Color 10 at 10.
And head over to our website, ozarksfirst.com, for the latest streaming coverage.